Hey everybody, I definitely was not thinking that this was going to be how my Sunday went, but for those who want information or those who don't know, this is actually, I'm from Flint, so this is probably like 20 minutes away from the people that I care about in my home state, as well as me knowing people that is from Grand Blanc. But I do know about this church. I have checked on some people. They did not attend this church, but there was a situation where um, there was, I'm trying to be cautious with my words. It's early. I'm on social media, but there was some, a gunman that went into a church on Sunday, today, on a Sunday. And I'm just going to have this up in case you guys want to listen to his scanner, because he's on a scanner. So I'm just going to have this up, and I'm probably not going to talk. I just wanted to share this with you guys. All right.
Seymour Road, across of Corona. Caller reporting a large open burn that's having a lot of smoke and it's making your smoke detectors go off. Caller's at 1447 Seymour. Beyond local information out of 1158. Radio to McCandlish IC 12th marker.
Brittany calling command. Yeah, just give you an update. We got a lot of fire knocked down this side. We're seeing mostly white smoke. We just got a couple of hot spots right now up in the attic area.
That's encouraging. It seems like they're making
clear on that.
Sports Bridge clear on Seymour Road.
they're making progress on the fire.
Once we got most of it knocked down, you want me to push through the inside to keep pushing it back towards the front?
Source Bridge, you try to copy your traffic. I was on the other channel. Clear on Seymour Road.
Yeah, if you can start sending them inside, you go ahead and do some cleanup.
Copy. Maybe clear on your local fire ground, open burn, 1493 South Seymour.
Okay. Do we know locations of victims inside that I need to have them avoid?
Hear that?
I'm going to come face to face with you.
Hear that? Do we know
Hamilton was this smart.
do we know locations of
Grand Lake City
victims?
Chief once, North Oakland Chief 2.
Then the other person said, I'll
it's
come
for-
face to face with you about that.
I'm on reprieve. Templeton's got command where I was. Copy.
I assume there might be shooting victims still in there because the fire started after the shooting. For all I know, the shooter started the fire. And the shooter is now down. I don't know the shooter is dead. But I don't know that they had time to get people out of there, or at least every victim out of there before. Oh, hold on. I don't have this yet. And I'm hoping at some point to get a video live shot that I can show you. I very well might. I just have to wait. So I am really checking on that to see if I can get something I can show you live video wise. I don't have anything I have the rights to at the moment, but hoping that'll change at some point soon. We do have the scanner on. There is reportedly going to be a press conference in about 40 minutes.
1661.
It's PD available. I see from operations, Fireground 2. Go ahead.
Maybe you all went
All
down
units on
again,
main,
Blanc.
hold
So
your
I
traffic
believe
lane and
some
fire
of them
standby
are
for
coming back.
dispatch.
I'm not really sure though.
Can you come up on the A side with the state police? We need to have a conversation.
Are you secure?
On my way.
Yeah, right now,
Mm.
patient is refusing to go to the hospital. She has her own power. She makes her own decisions, but she is already threatening her kids, and she should definitely go get checked out. But you know, we're not able to do that without the police here. But she's getting very hostile.
Michigan State Police says they are
Yeah,
aware of the incident.
Command from Walt Lake Chief 1.
And avoid the area. That's from Michigan State Police. They say there's no active threat to the public at this time.
Linden
That's
Fire,
from Michigan
respond on
State
Fireground
Police.
2. You're going to be assisting Benton Township in covering their area. Since they're on a structure fire, you'll be Fireground 2, 1203. Linden Fire, respond on Fireground 2. Need you to cover Fenton Township's area while they're on the structure. You'll be Fireground 2 at 1203.
Jersey Central from Linden Bay. Should we still on the air? And would you send it to my cat, please?
Trying to get you more info here.
Interior Templeton from North Oakland Chief 2.
No, Chief.
I have reposted on my X account a drone video
Just so
of
you
the
know, you
fire.
got crews coming in from your north through
Okay.
windows. She was searching the area up there.
They're talking about doing a search there.
Okay, we're still trying to get a secondary on this Bravo side wing. That's what I informed them of. Thank you, sir.
15.
And back here with 25 from Charlie Side. Go ahead for 25. Be advised, we have a search crew in the Charlie side rear. $25 bucket. Bucket, go ahead. Be advised, there is an interior crew, Charlie side, rear of the building. Charlie side, rear of the building. There is a crew interior. That's where we're in the front half of the here. Grand Link command to all units on scene. Make sure we stay away from the A side of the pickup truck for now. Stay clear of the pickup truck on the A side.
I don't know if that has something to do with the shooting. Stay clear from the pickup, stay away from the pickup truck on the A side.
Operation from Charlie side.
So again, we're waiting to get more information from authorities. The shooter is down, and supposedly there will be a press conference in about 37 minutes. But so much we don't know right now. Terrible situation.
That fire out. So the fact that there's no threat to the public because of the shooting, it doesn't necessarily mean there's no
Grandpa
threat
Barney,
because
how
of
you
the
doing?
fire.
Thank you for the 50, man. Oh, you're LD. I am LDS
Right,
and
you
out
understand that?
president.
And then so
President
that's,
Nelson
you can see
passed 10
obviously
o'clock
the-
last
the
night,
authority.
and now
We've got-
this.
there's a perimeter
Wow.
that's likely set up right now. Pretty standard procedure.
This is
for
coming
this
from
part.
on the
So
dam.
again,
My
we're just
prayers are
getting
with the brothers and
information in
sisters
right
there.
now. We also understand there may
Yeah,
be
that's
a press
crazy.
conference coming up by the authorities.
Press conference coming up,
in
too.
Grand Blanc, to give us a little more detail. But this is what they have to do. They've got to reconstruct what's happening, and that's what we're waiting for right now.
We do have reports that there are crews that are on the scene as well, or on their way to Grand Blanc.
We've got a number of crews from Fox 2 that they should be arriving any moment. We're getting, obviously, those are pictures. You can see that's a very
Gabriel, thank you.
big
Sup
fire.
Live in Davison. They close off I-75 both ways.
So Michigan State Police on the scene, as you can see, they've got to secure the area, obviously with the victims, with the shooting. We just don't know the extent of the shooter, why he was there, why he chose Sunday, why he chose the church, why he chose the Latter-day Saints. Those are all questions that authorities will want to know.
Violence is increasing. These mass shootings, they're increasing.
We've been through this. I mean, obviously with Oxford, it's been heavily documented as to what happened. We don't know if the shooter acted alone or if there's other people. Now, again, I believe that when the police say there's no threat to the public, that's kind of a panic. Don't panic.
That's crazy. The
Take a
president
breath.
passed away of the LDS.
Right. So, but that's a good thing for the public.
Wow.
So, however,
Last night.
though, it is always something though for the authorities. They've got to find out if he acted alone or if there's another shooter. And again, we don't know how large the church is. We don't know if it was active. Obviously, it's a Sunday. It's I don't know if it's a targeted shooting. I would think though that there certainly may be. Again, these are all questions that authorities are going to be asking right now.
And we don't know if the two are related. Is the fire related to the shooting? As you said, the fire destroys evidence. Would that be a problem, a concern for the police?
Yeah, it is. That is a big problem. They want to,
Yeah,
again,
trying to
if the
preserve
shooter
evidence.
acts alone, if not, the evidence is obviously the shooting. I'm assuming there's going to be cameras in there. Those cameras may be gone, so we may not get a picture of what happened. I'm hoping that when the shooter is down, if there's no other people, that he acted alone. But these are all the questions that are going through these authorities. And the first priority is to secure the site. And when this site is on fire, and that's what makes this so different, they've got to get that fire out. And it looks like it's fairly large. I can see there's different fire departments. I'm not familiar enough with Grand Blanc, but in any large fire, even in Oakland County, Macomb, there's always coalitions. They always have, whenever there's a need for extra ladders, extra trucks, extra platoons to come out there and do that. They do that. It looks like obviously this is I don't know what kind of alarm number it is, but it looks like can't really make that out there.
Several
but
crews on the scene.
yeah, but there's multiple crews on the scene, and they got to get that fire out.
4 alarm fire. We just been
4
told it's
alarm. Well, that's a big fire. That's a big fire. So 4 alarms. So there's a number of crews there, and that's a problem.
And we just want to reiterate too that again, if you're looking for someone who was in church that morning, or perhaps you want to let someone know that you're okay, the reunification site is the pavilion to the north. If you are off-site, maybe you're watching this through social media, through your phone, through Fox's app. Off-site reunification will be at the Trillium Theater at Holly and McCandlish. So let someone know that you're okay. Also, okay, we have a picture of the church itself that we're going to put up here. All right.
Too tight.
Okay, we're going to widen that just a little bit more. But our initial reports were that the roof of the church was on fire.
And when the roof goes, usually fully engulfed. That's the technical word for it, meaning that they have to, they can contain it. Obviously, I don't know if this is in a residential area or not. It looks like there are a number of trees there, but they have to contain the fire. It looks like they do. The fire department knows what they're doing. You know, there could be water issues. There could be a lot of different issues, but that fire's got to get out, and that's going to take a while. But it looks like if the roof there, it could be quite a loss. And as far as, Lori, what you were talking about gathering evidence, that's a very key part of this investigation.
Here's what some people are saying. Let's see what this lady says.
I'm at the scene of a giant fire happening at a church in Grand Blanc, Michigan. I talked to someone who just got here from South America. It's his first week in the U.S. Went to church with his mom. His mom is still in the building, and he got out. From what I'm hearing on the ground, a man drove his vehicle into the church and then started shooting, and even shot a little girl in the back, and she is at the hospital right now. The shooter has been neutralized, but that's all I know at the moment. Everyone within a 30-minute.
So that's the rumor swirling around that somebody drove their car into the church and then started shooting. And this lady said a little girl got shot. And then the place is on fire too now.
Shooting. They'll keep the perimeter there because now they have to put out this fire, and they're going to need other apparatus to come in and assist with this fire. So that's the priority right now. Then they'll go in. There's always a arson team. There's always a number of teams that'll come in, usually after the fire is secure. It's a good day. There's no wind issue. So that is a help to the fire department, generally speaking, but it could take a while. And again, we just saw a picture earlier of the church. I don't know how old it is, but there could be hot spots. There could be a number of times. A ladder, though, indicates that, as we already said, though, looks like
4
the roof,
alarm fire.
4 alarm fire. So it's a big deal. There's the church.
Okay.
You can see that's so it looks like it's about a 2-story church, but when the fire gets up into that roof, it's going to be a total loss. If nothing else, the water damage alone will hurt.
And we have no idea how the fire started. Could it have been wiring? Could it have been deliberate? We don't know. But as you mentioned, that typically if the roof is gone, then it's not safe to be indoors for sure. But it also could mean that the church itself would be a total loss.
And another thing too is that the fire department will do an assessment when they get to the scene. We've covered many fires. If it looks like the fire is very severe, and I mean just looking at what we saw before, it looks pretty severe. The fire department will not go in there. They will not do an attack the fire. They'll fight the fire from outside, and that's why the ladders are up there. So it looks like they're not going to go in. Again, they do have to make an assessment as to whether or not there are people in there, and if they believe there are people, they certainly will go in. That's part of the job.
This is typically the time that church would be get. I mean,
Right.
we've been covering this since about 11:30. Well, actually, it was during my stream. So about 11:15, 11:20 is when we first got information about the active shooter. If this fire has been going on for that long, like you said, 4-alarm fire, that's huge.
Yeah.
But also we're thinking about the potential for victims. We've been told that initially our reports were that there were 6 to 8 victims at this point, and that again, the shooter himself is down. We are working to confirm the amount of victims. And Charlie, we saw people taken out on stretchers, so we have to think that there's been some injuries as well associated with this.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that you can see more live pictures now from the scene. There are a number of fire personnel there. That this must be just toward the fire. I don't know how they'll set up a perimeter. They don't want people. In fact, the note that we got from the Grand Blanc Police Department is that they want to please avoid the area. Please avoid the area. This is McCandish Road, Church of the Latter-day Saints in that area. There is, as Lori mentioned, off-site reunification Trillium Theater at Holly and McCandish. So it tells me there were people there. Those people, hopefully, they got out. But obviously, we don't know if this was a shooting situation that they were taken to the hospital, or because of the fire, or because of both.
Right.
And we don't know yet
we don't know
how
if they're related. If the fire and the shooting is related. Which came first? I mean, we have no information on that. But we are working to get information. I've been told that the chopper is on the way, Charlie. So we'll get definitely a better perspective of how engulfed the church is in flames with the roof on fire.
So why don't we, just to recap, there was an active shooter at the Church of the Latter-day Saints. That's on McCandlish Road. That's in Grand Blanc, or just near Grand Blanc. Multiple victims. The police say that the shooter is down, which I'm assuming that the shooter is incapacitated at some point. We're not sure if he's...
Or in custody.
Or in custody. I guess that's a little vague there. However, the police go on to say there is no, capital letters, no threat to the public at this time. However, as you can see from the video that we've got there, the church is on fire. It's a 4-alarm fire, a very severe fire. For the people on site, it looks like the authorities got people out of that church, I'm assuming because of it. Good for them. And there is a reunification site that is to the north.
There we see Ingrid. She's on the site.
Right, there's Ingrid Kelly on the scene. She is getting ready now. But there is a reunification site. It's at the Trillium Theater, Holly and McCandlish Road. Please say avoid the area. Fox News' Ingrid Kelly is getting ready to, she's on the scene, probably getting as close as she can again.
Yes.
Not sure of the perimeter, but there's got to be a safety factor for the people in the area, and that's what they're assessing right now.
And we're told that the chopper will be there within 30 minutes, so that'll give us some additional information with the video that we see too.
Yeah. Sad situation reporting here for a number of the people. All right, so it looks like we've got live pictures. We're just getting...
The
problem is you're trying to get set here.
Yes.
Now it looks like, as you can see there, the police, they moved their briefing. They're going to give a press conference of sorts. It was to be at noon. They pushed it to 12:45.
12:45 is the press conference.
They've got an immediate problem there. That church is on fire right now, and they've got to take care of that. 4 alarms, which is a severe fire. At least one ladder that we can see, and we also believe that there's damage to the roof of that church, which could indicate that it's a total loss or a fully engulfed fire. From the flames, it looks like it is.
So it looks like we've, as you said, have changed perspective of our location, because now it looks like the video that we're trying to show you live is showing the church and the fire trucks at quite a distance away.
And so the other thing is, it's pretty routine. I don't say it's routine, but it is fairly routine. The police will move back perimeters too.
Okay.
Just because if there's a change in the wind, they need to bring in embers. There could be if we get that close. I mean, so oftentimes on these, certainly on shooter situations, we can move back quite a bit. But even on these types of situations, they've got to bring in extra fire department personnel. So the perimeters get moved back, meaning the police just don't want us or anybody from the public to be that close to an active scene. It's still a crime scene. Either way we slice this, it's a crime scene, coupled with the fact now that it is there's an active fire, and it's a 4-alarm, meaning a big fire. Ingrid will get herself settled at some point in time, and at some point within about a half an hour or so, we should get more detailed information from the police in this area.
Well, one thing though that you did mention before, and I am checking the stats on it for you. The wind direction, wind speed. It's not a gusty, windy day. Winds out of the northeast about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Not expected to ramp up at all. So for the firefighters, that's good news fighting this fire.
See, it's good to have you here because that wind is very important, and that we don't know the area that well. We'll get a little insight on it, but yes, the wind can be a major factor, especially on these fires. You can see that we showed a video earlier.
And also, it has something to do with how they pull the perimeter, pull people back. You know, if you're in the direction of the wind, even if it's a light wind, again, we have the embers, we have the smoke inhalation. All those things are factors when fighting a fire.
I am guessing that they want us to be aware. And the other thing, too, is, again, if there's a safety issue, but there's also a logistical issue. These firefighters, they have to change themselves out. I mean, there's a certain, you can't breathe that smoke forever.
Right.
And so they're going to have to bring in other trucks, etc. I don't know the water situation up there, too. We've had fires where sometimes it's difficult to get a water supply. So they make them. They can do that. The fire department does that. And it looks like up in Grand Blanc, I would think they'd have a co-op. That's a big fire that they've got to deal with. And again, it's still a crime scene as well as a fire, so there's a safety issue. And and it all started apparently with a mass shooting. Don't know how many people were shot, but we should get a briefing from the authorities in about a half hour or so. We will bring that to you live as soon as we get set up and as soon as we figure out exactly.
You know, we're looking, like you said, the smoke is billowing, and I was just curious. And we can see that this is black smoke, and just looking at it, this says that black smoke from a fire indicates combustion. It could be burning of heavy fuels or synthetic materials like.
Pam Bondi made a post and said, "I'm receiving briefings about what appears to be a horrific shooting and fire at the LDS Church in Grand Blanc, Michigan. FBI and ATF HQ agents are en route. Such violence at a place of worship is heartbreaking and chilling. Please join me in praying for the victims of this terrible tragedy."
Burning some of those materials.
And the other issue too is that the firefighters, I don't know how much, again, this is Grand Blanc, I don't know how many roads there's an egress or an ingress road. They have to keep that road open in case there is an injury to a firefighter or one of the first responders. They've got to get that fire responder to a hospital as well. And again, this is all precaution, but it is very important to do that. Oftentimes, businesses will have the fire department come in and do a fire assessment in case that there is a fire. I'm not sure. Again, this was a church that we're getting the response. It is a Sunday. Oftentimes, there are people at the church on Sunday. It's certainly not unusual. We don't know if this was a targeted shooting, but at least it was a shooting. The authorities, they do say that the shooter is down. We're not exactly sure what that means, but they coupled that with saying there's no threat to the public.
So what you were looking at is a video. We're about to go back live and show you what we see on the ground there. Switching over. There we go. And that's live video now. So we're seeing this as you are seeing this. Charlie, what's your assessment?
My assessment is that there's an extensive fire. It's likely a fully engulfed building, meaning that the fire department is just going to make sure that the fire does not spread. They're probably not going to go inside because of the extent of the damage. Again, they have to do an assessment to make sure that they believe everybody that got out did in fact get out. We're still waiting to get the details of that. All we know is that there was a mass shooting about an hour or so ago, and we know that the shooter is down and that there's no threat to the general public. Ingrid Kelly is on the scene. Yes. She is at some point. It's not her fault. This is probably because now there's interest, and you gotta be safety is number one for everybody.
Tell me what it's like when you're on the scene, like you're just getting on the scene. Tell me what, because you've done this many, many times.
Well, you know what? There's an adrenaline, first of all, for the reporter there. But the thing is that we want to get into a safe position. We don't really want to move. We want to get into a safe position, and a position where we can assess what's going on. At this point in time, we just don't know. And a lot of times when you go up to a scene, you don't really know if the shooter is in custody, or if there's any other shooter, or if there's any other danger. danger to the public. Now, we've been told there's no danger to the public. However, we want to make sure that that's the case. The fact that is different with this is that there's that fire. And you've got to, we can't block the roads. We have to have all of our equipment out of the way so that they can free up that road in case they have to either get personnel in or out of the situation. But there's certainly an assessment we want to make, and then we look for witnesses. Are there any witnesses to tell us what happened? Credible witnesses, and even we have to assess the credibility.
We see a lot of people that are milling about there.
So we don't. So one of the things that we could do is that we would, obviously we talk. I don't know if these people are being directed out. It looks like they are. I don't know.
And they're wearing masks. That's good.
So we don't know if this was a
person on stretcher.
There is a stretcher. I did see that there too. So these are active people that I don't know if they were in the church, but there looks like they're being escorted out to safety.
Man, the violence is increasing.
Center.
It really is the end of times.
And the off-site reunification is at the.
This is just insane. The insanity.
Charlie, when you get on the scene, we know that a press conference is scheduled now for 12:45. Are the police able to speak directly to you? Is there someone in charge that you're looking for to speak with, and will they be able?
Yeah,
to
all the
talk
nuts
to
have been
you
triggered.
when you know that they're about to have a press conference? How forthcoming are they with information?
Yeah, that's really good. Generally speaking, the police will want to reassure the public that there's no danger.
Possible
that is a
bomb
very
and
big
truck.
message to get out. They've already done that, and we're reporting that there's no danger to the public at this point in time, and that's very, very important. But generally speaking, the police will give us the information that they have. See, they're setting the. Look at Lori. They're moving that perimeter more.
Yes.
With that yellow tape. We don't cross the yellow tape. We absolutely respect the authorities. They have the authority to block us out, to get us away. But they're trying to set up.
Job.
They're doing their job. And so, but the authorities generally are.
See that blue 3-inch with the blitz line? Can we put that in the 25?
Just
put the blitz nozzle on that to get that guy out of there.
I don't think that's a threat. That's just a security probably for the first responders as well.
They come on a site and they hear there's an active shooter. They are going to
The
come.
staging officers
with guns.
And they're worried. I mean, they're worried. I mean, I don't want to get too terrible. There could be some.
Did he work alone?
Did he work alone? I mean, could there be an active situation? Now we got a bunch of people that are, out in this area. I'm not familiar with Grand Blanc, but I can't imagine there's a lot of population. But there's a lot of population in this area at one time, and so that could be the danger as well.
Too.
And at that church, it looks like they had a banquet or something else, something outside. The point of this, the police will give us information. They will tell us.
So they're saying supposedly, according to Scanner, possible bomb and truck near the church that is on fire, where multiple people were shot. Possible bomb. They're saying now, possible bomb. Wow. Let's listen to the Scanner for a little bit.
IC from Center 14th Marker. Also be advised, PD's advising they pulled an IED from the truck.
ID from the truck.
Okay. So they're saying it's okay to resume operations?
I'm trying to confirm that now.
That's crazy. If there's a potential bomb on scene, this person really planned this out. The shooter.
IC from Center.
Go ahead.
PD advised that if you're worried about victims, you can go back in. Otherwise, they want you to stand by.
Okay, we're standing by then.
Copy.
Ooh. Is this the truck?
Driver, come back here to the fence for a second.
They're saying this is the truck, I guess. I don't know. Gunman crashed truck into Mormon church in Michigan before opening fire and setting it ablaze. And look, it's like a truck with the American flag on the back of it. 2 American flags. Looks like a pickup truck.
Man, Lieutenant 4. We got defensive nozzle in place now.
Source 322.
Clear, thank you.
Go ahead.
We're clear to Seymour Road.
Copy at 1220.
Wow. An IED has been pulled from a truck near the church. Wow. That's crazy. They're saying IED has been pulled from a truck near the church. Thank you, Katarina. They think the suspect lit the fire before entering the church and started shooting.
Command, family subject, Lieutenant 4 is assuming operations.
Aerial 25 from water supply.
Go ahead for 25.
We are going to need to shut your water supply down for about 2 minutes to move some lines around.
I know you got a job to do. We're out of market. Yeah, no worries.
At this point, state police is telling us no. I drink the water supply. Hydrant the water supply on fire round 3.
The shooter is down. We do have multiple victims. The entire church is on fire. And we're working with fire and all those things that happened during the active shooter training. This is a dynamic scene. So the time where we are right now,
we're shutting down.
Just know that there's a lot of things that are happening that we are not able to communicate just because of what needs to be done. But the shooter is down. We do have multiple victims. The entire church is on fire, and we're working with fire and all those things that happened during an active shooter training. This is a dynamic scene. So the time where we are right now, there's going to be more updates. Just know that there's a lot of things that are happening that we are not able to communicate.
Multiple victims, shooter down. So this bomb thing is interesting. This person was hoping for a bomb to go off. Children among those wounded. Oh, that's so sad. Children are among the injured from today's shooting at the church. A source familiar with the situation told CNN patients were still being taken from the church to a hospital as of a short time ago. Wow. There was a lady that said there was a girl that was shot.
Yeah, call me. Stand on that table. Oh, yeah. We got somebody going to the Grand Lake.
Thank you, Chow Yun Cat. If you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord, and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you'll be saved. Romans 10:9.
That's what I'm hearing out here, yes.
Well, waiting for a press conference update. 12:45 Eastern, so we got about 20 minutes, maybe 19 minutes, if they start on time.
That's who's going to be. This is where the venue is. Currently Township. So as of right now, it's theirs again. It's a church, so ACF might come in. Federal agents might.
I was insane, man. You're gonna have to start having guns at these churches. Some churches have guns. I think you're gonna have to start having guns at these churches.
Yes and no. I don't know.
I mean, this guy bamboozled them though. If he rammed his car into the church like that, rammed the car into the church, started shooting, somehow set a fire, and had a bomb. Wow.
All personnel on scene, report to staging. All personnel on scene, report to staging. All fire personnel to staging.
0, thank you for the 5. Says, please take the time to learn proper stop the bleed, CPR, and first aid. That is a good skill to have. Crazy, dude. Give me 1 second. Be right back.
Command to all sector chiefs. Meet with command at engine 3 on the B side. All command chiefs, meet me on engine 3 on B side. Making entry.
They're going to start
I got
making
3 crews
entry.
of 4 to the north, and then another crew.
You're hearing this.
Operations from Bravo side.
They're starting to have. Oh, this she's running.
Operation.
They're starting to have.
Operations from Bravo side. Be advised, I've got 1 crew in the building already from the north door, and we got a second crew already getting ready to go. On the south door.
They're sending firefighters into the building. So
Ops from interior chief 2.
we might hear more about
Go
the surge.
interior chief 2. Yeah, we're going to bring both red and blue lines in and work from the middle out on the interior here. If that's okay with you?
Gotcha, 2K. Go ahead.
Negative. I was waiting for confirmation.
Go ahead and tone hazmat, please. All personnel report to Trillium Theater for staging at this time.
Hazmat 2.
Happy reporting to Trillium Theater.
Affirmative for staging.
Hazmat 1, Hazmat 2.
Go hazmat 2 for 1.
If you need me back there, I'll just see with my crew.
Are you still up in staging? I'll meet you face to face.
And station the parking lot. Go back there. Fire ground 2.
Look at the smoke still coming from that church.
MR Bravo 896 at Tier 2 with PD, Blanc Township. 896, Corona and Ballinger. You'll see PD on the scene at Miller and Austin Parkway. Miller and Austin Parkway for due deployment.
Staging for Burton, Chief 1.
Chief 1, go ahead.
Staging, I'm sending the Fenton Township unit to the Alpha Delta corner.
ATF.
Start putting out fire.
Copy, Alpha Delta.
Genesee County Hazmat respond on Fireground 2 to 4285, 4285 McCandless Road at Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints across the Holly. They're requesting you to stage at the Trillium Theater off of Holly Road. You're going to be on Fireground 2 at 1249. Genesee County Hazmat respond on Fairground 2 to 4285, 4285 McCandless Road at Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints across the Holly. There's a structure fire there. They're requesting you. They'd like you to stage at the Trillium Theater off of Holly on Fairground 2 at 1250.
896.
Genesee Central Hazmat, Attack 12.
896,
What?
MR Hour showing going to Fireground 2.
That's 1256, just confirming we're meeting PD at
Operations
Miller
from
and
interior.
Austin Parkway.
Center Hazmat, Tech 3.
Go ahead.
Engine only route to the Seabird. Command from operations.
At 1251.
Central Hazmat, Tech 10. You can also show me around.
The press conference is supposed to be at 1. I don't know if we'll have video of it. I'll do my best. The problem is the press conference.
Township, Engine 3 from interior.
The press conference is at the police department.
Is there a way we can shut down the red line and add about 300 feet to it? Clear. We're ready to shut down when you are. Okay. Command from Burton, Chief 1. Command from Burton, Chief 1. Burton, Chief 1.
Page right Alpha 194.
194, Glenn.
Yeah, I'm in the Alpha Delta corner right now for a minute. There's some confusion over here with the police. So
Alpha 194, can we get PD to our location? Our patient is currently altered and bad one we try to move him.
Start knocking this fire down.
Over.
Okay, clear. You gonna handle the... Yeah, I'll get it taken care of for you. Staging from operations. Victor, what was that last transmission? Staging from out.
Oh, hold on a second. Intel Point Alert posted a video from a witness. Let me listen to that. I'll post a link of it. I don't own the rights to it, but
Can you give me 2 guys? 200 foot of hose, engine 3. I need 300 foot end at the red line. We already got 100 up here.
behavior from house. I see two guys in order for the house.
Grambling City, Lieutenant 2 from staging.
Hang on one moment.
IC from center. Center to all EMS units on McCandless Road. Crew PD, they need you to move your rig to let FBI through.
Squad 1 from staging. Grambling City, Squad 1.
Fox 2
Go for Squad 1.
interviewed somebody about what happened.
They tried to locate Scott. I think that's his truck. He's not a squad.
The shooter apparently rammed his truck into the church.
01 at Tier 1 City.
The shooter apparently
They're
rammed...
looking for Scott to move his truck. He's in it.
Again, the shooter apparently rammed his truck into the church, which we'd heard before. And this person said that the shooter fired at them. The shooter fired at them while they were driving away.
At 3322, 3322 Chambers Street, where they cross the Batherson. A 21-year-old female, seizure of history.
So I just posted a link to that video. Intel Point Alert posted a clip of it, and it's on my X account. But again, the person he said they were doing they had just kind of started the service, it sounded like. The service was just getting underway, and then they heard this loud noise, and they saw that this vehicle had crashed, this truck had crashed into the church. And he said that when he was going away, the shooter fired at his vehicle. Now, this is paused right now. Hopefully we get this back. Give me a moment here. So I'm going to do...
Grand Blanc Township Fire Chief 1, if you can come...
Oh, we got the press conference. The press conference is live. Hey, great. We got the press conference. Look at this. We got the press conference. Fantastic. Here it is. As long as it's not restricted. It's not restricted at the moment, my feed. The restrictions can always change, so hopefully they don't change. But for now, I can just show you this feed. This is the feed I bought from AP. Uh-oh. Well, we'll see. It went dark. Hopefully it goes back up. Now it says live. Hold on. Give it a moment. Give it a moment. Give it a moment. Sometimes this happens when they switch shots. So hang on a moment. Let's see. We'll see if they bring that back up.
Grand Lake City Chief 1 from Burton Chief 1.
Hang on.
Sir. If you can run that north side, I'm going to stay over here on the AD corner with all the Oakland County people who can't communicate with us, okay?
Give me a moment about the press conference, guys.
Go on.
Vice President Vance said just an awful situation in Michigan. FBI is on the scene, and the entire administration is monitoring things. That's from Vice President Vance. Hold on, I got the press conference right now. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is, press conference, right now. I'm going to turn off the scanner for the moment.
Everybody's ready.
Here it is, live.
Hi, I'm Grand Blanc Township Police Chief William Rennie. That's R-E-N-Y-E. Here to give you some preliminary details on an incident that happened earlier today at 10:25 a.m. within Grand Blanc Township. First off, I'd like to say our thoughts and prayers go out to the victims of this incident, which is completely unnecessary and avoidable. The incident that we're going to talk about here today, as I said, was happened at 10:25 a.m. at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints which is located at 4285 McCandless Road. During this incident, what we know right now is that a 40-year-old suspect from Burton, he's a male, he drove his vehicle through the front doors of the church. He then exited his vehicle, firing several rounds at individuals within the church. 10 gunshot victims have been transported to local hospitals at this time, including one who has been deceased. Officers who were trained immediately responded to the area. One was a DNR officer, and then one was a Grand Blanc Township officer, where they met the suspect and they engaged in gunfire with that particular individual.
Center to all EMS
neutralizing that
units on
suspect,
McCandless Road.
And that suspect is no longer with us. As I said, it is a 40-year-old male from Burton. During all this incident as well, there was a fire that occurred, and we believe that was deliberately set by the suspect. We do believe that we will find additional victims once we have that scene secure. That fire was just extinguished by the Grand Blanc Township Fire Department within the past hour. So where we go from here is we have investigators. We're going to do search warrants on the suspect's residence. We're going to find out if there was a motive. We're going to go through cell phone records, things like that. We had the FBI, you know, they're devoting 100 agents to this area because, as you can imagine, there's a lot of witnesses that were within the church, and that is a lot of witness information, statements that we have to obtain. So I'd like to thank all the agencies who responded, the City of Grand Blanc, Genesee County, Oakland County Sheriff's Office, Flint Township Police Department, the DNR, the State Police, and the ATF. I will provide additional information for you at 5 p.m., but I am willing to take any questions that you have that I could possibly answer right now.
Chief, can you talk about the kind of the progress of events? Did the suspect set the fire to get back inside of his vehicle and then ram the front door, or did it all happen at the same time?
So from what I understand, and again, this is just a preliminary investigation right now, from what I have been briefed on, is that he rammed the vehicle through the front door, exited, then started firing shots. We are still trying to determine exactly when and where that fire ended up coming from and how it got started. So we believe it was deliberately set, though, by the suspect.
Were they in an active service when this happened?
Yes, the service was active. There was hundreds of people within the church.
Are you sure it's only one suspect at this point, or is it possible other people helped setting the fire?
Yes, it is one suspect that we know of at this point. We do not believe that there's a threat to the public. We believe that we have the guy who did this. Sir.
Could you comment on the severity of the injuries?
We have a couple in critical condition. Like I said, one is deceased. The rest of them are in stable condition.
A couple, maybe 3 or 2, I'm sorry.
One deceased. The suspect is deceased as well. And then multiple victims are in critical condition. We do believe that we will find some additional victims once we find the area where the fire was.
Any word on the weapon yet?
An assault rifle.
So, any, as far as ammunition, did he have a lot of ammunition?
That I don't know of yet, and I could get you later.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey.
Was the suspect known to authorities, and did he have any connection to anyone who was in that church?
Right now, we don't have any of that information, but I'm confident that our investigators, along with the FBI, we're going to end up uncovering all that information and provide that at a later time for you.
Chief, to clarify, you said there may be additional victims like inside the church? Or?
Yes, where the fire was. So, and the reason why we can't confirm that just yet is because it was a large fire, and we do believe that there was people up there that were near that fire, and they were unable to get out of the church. So we do believe that we will find additional victims once we're able to search that, once there's no signs of a fire reigniting.
So do you believe that the victims that are still there come to fire injuries or gunshots, or you're not sure?
That I'm not sure, but I could provide all that information hopefully at 5 p.m.
The shots were fired.
Shots were fired,
Right.
yes.
You had no idea how many though at this point.
No idea how many at this time. Yeah.
Can you
Sir.
describe the church? Is there like a worship area and then like a gathering space or something like that?
That I have not been in, so I can't tell you the layout.
Chief, can you kind of describe the process of how things change for tactical response when there's an active fire? Every training I've seen, it's always been a building that has not been on fire. So how do you deal with an active shooter when you have that situation happening as well?
Well, we are here at Grand Blanc Township, and there's a lot of agencies within the state of Michigan. We are specifically trained to go right to the threat in an active shooter situation. And I'm proud of my guys and the DNR who responded to this scene, who immediately took that suspect out, so there was no additional victims. So it was a great job by our staff. Okay.
So
I-
it was a law enforcement officer that neutralized the suspect?
Yes, there was 2 law enforcement officers involved. I will be back here at 5 p.m. to give you additional information and hopefully answer some of the questions that you guys went over here today. So, okay? Supervisor Bennett?
Well, Scott Bennett, Grand Blanc Township Supervisor. Scott, S-C-O-T-T, Bennett, B-E-N-N-E-T-T. First, let me say we are heartbroken. This kind of violence doesn't happen in our community, and we are heartbroken that it came to Grand Blanc Township. And we're going to do everything we can to support the families, the victims, and our community getting through this situation. And it's something that no community ever wants to have. And we're going to do our best to do everything we can. We appreciate the outpouring of support from our elected leaders from both national and state in offering their assistance, and we probably will take them up on their offers. So we appreciate that very much, and we appreciate the community reaching out to us also. So the details are yet to come, as Chief Rennie has said, and we'll wait for a little bit later today when we have the rest of the situation assessed. But it may take a little while to do that. But thank you for all the support, and I'm sure that the families and the victims are going to need that. It's a tragedy that nobody wants to encounter. Thank you.
Chief, before you step out, can you go over the process for family members, where you want them to go, who they should call to get more information or identification?
Yeah, so those family members, they are in a secure area right now. They have been taken over to Trillium, so that's where the FBI will interview them and then release them from there. So
I mean, in terms of anybody who might be at home who is not there, who wants to check in to see if their loved one is okay, is there a number or a place that you want them to go?
yes, you could call the Grand Blanc Township Police Department, 810-424-2611. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Okay, wow. So at least 10 shot, 1 dead in this shooting, and police are expecting to find more victims in the church as they search it as this fire is put out. So they are expecting to find more victims in the church. People who either got killed, it sounds like, in the fire or got killed in the shooting. It's not clear. So 1 is dead, 10 shot, 1 dead, and the shooter got killed by police. Okay, so hang on one moment here. Let me just... So, again, the shooter was 40 years old. I think they said he was from Burton, Michigan. I might replay that.
Families they're saying that they may find additional victims inside the burning building. So a horrible, horrible, horrible thing. I guess we'll see what happens with the suspect. The name, I'm sure the name will probably come out at some point, whether in a little bit or later on today. And what was the person's motivations? Or was it all just mental illness? All right, I'm going to jump off for now, guys, because I have some things I got to do. But thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning. Crazy, 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 crazy situation. All right. I'll catch you guys later. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much. Peace. Bloop, 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 bloop.